So I knew this guy from graduate school, and he was working for a famous Alzheimer's scientist at UC Irvine named Carl Kottman. And since we were friends, we were talking. He knew that I made synthetic peptides. So one day he came to me and asked me if I'd make this peptide for him. And I said, yeah, sure, I'll give it a try. And he came back later, he said, there's two things you should know about it. One is it's believed to be the causative agent of Alzheimer's disease, so maybe you'd better be careful about it. So I freaked out because I wasn't careful. And he was implying that it might be infectious, like prions are infectious. But it turned out it wasn't. This is 40 years later, and I'm still okay. So that's how I got involved in it. And so what I work on now is I work on antibodies in human blood. So this is pretty cool because I invented a way of characterizing thousands of antibodies in each human blood sample. In fact, there's about 7,000 on average, maybe more, maybe less. And so it gives us an opportunity to ask which of the antibodies is associated with Alzheimer's disease and how. So we have two populations. We have cognitively normal people that are the same age, and we have Alzheimer's that is age matched too. About 100 people in each group, which is a decent sized group. And so what we found is astounding. We found that there are 20 times more different antibodies in the cognitively normal group than in the Alzheimer's group, which is a little counterintuitive because people think you get antibodies when you're infected in something. You don't necessarily expect to see the diversity of antibodies going down so dramatically associated with disease. But there isn't much known about these antibodies that are naturally occurring in human blood. And the reason is that people know what to expect when they vaccinate you. You make an antibody against what you're vaccinated. But these antibodies have been encoded in our DNA, so they're fundamental to our being. And so the current thinking is that these natural antibodies are involved in the frontline defense of things that are bad, like bacterial infection, like COVID infection, and things like that. In fact, I got involved in thinking about this during the COVID pandemic when I got some money to try to develop this technique. So we think that it's the same thing with Alzheimer's disease. This diversity of antibodies that we see in the cognitively normal population, we think may be protecting us from Alzheimer's disease. So it'd be nice if we could figure out a way to enhance or bring these antibodies back, and maybe we could delay or prevent Alzheimer's disease. That'd be really exciting.